Work till I die, till I die, till I die. I'm gonna fail and get up, cause I'm not giving up on my dream.
Hi guys, it's Brookelynne and welcome to my channel. So if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I upload videos twice a week on Tuesdays and on Fridays. Tuesdays I do more lifestyle related videos and on Fridays I do more beauty related videos. So if you like that, then why not subscribe? And if you are a return subscriber, thank you so much for your continued love and support of my channel, and I'm really hoping you're enjoying my content. So today's video is going to be a Let's Talk video. So I'm going to do a Let's Talk on communities and what happened to the community spirit and the community support. So years ago there was like a lot of like communities coming together, supporting everyone, each other, and building each other up. It was all like this whole like togetherness type of thing. Everyone was like kind of close with each other and just more supportive, and you felt like welcome all the time. Maybe sometimes didn't feel welcome, but you felt more welcome back then than what you do now. So I find like back in the 90s, the early 2000s, time I grew up, I know I'm like getting old, getting a bit older a bit, but hey ho. But I found back when I was a kid and teenager, I found the community around me was much more tight knit, close knit, and everyone was like there for everyone. Nowadays, I find that the community definitely has drifted apart, and it is kind of sad. Well, it is sad. So the reason why I'm talking about this is just something that's close to my heart, because I feel that these days that yes, the internet is a good place too, but it's also brought a lot of like negatives as well as positives. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, and I find that with the internet and everything, everyone's kind of closed themselves off. They don't really meet up even for walks or to people's houses. I remember back in the day, everyone used to go to everyone else's houses and sit there for hours talking away over a cup of tea. The kids would play together with like the toys and everything, and there'd be music, there'd be parties, and it was just a really good time for everyone back in them days. Now, I'm not really blaming the internet and everything. I'm just saying that, especially with COVID and everything, it's been a mixture of things like over the years that has caused the community to be a bit more, everyone just reclusing themselves. Well, I wouldn't say everyone, I would say like quite a few people are more closed off than what they were years ago. I suppose everyone has their reasons for being like that. I suppose like there's reasons for everything, but I do find it quite sad that it's not as tight knit as what it used to be. And for me, I would say, I don't know if you agree with me or not, because everyone has their own opinions and that's fine, each to their own, but for me, I am definitely more of an extrovert, and I find when everything's like cliquish and closed off, it actually just annoys me. It annoys me that everyone, well, not everyone, but it annoys me that when the community and the community around me isn't as like close knit as what it used to be, and a lot of people are getting more excluded now and cut off, and I have found that some places are quite more cliquey. There's more cliques about than what there was back then. Well, I suppose there was definitely always cliques from like the beginning of time. There was probably always cliques about, but I think it's got worse, to be fair, over these past, I would say 10-20 years. That's where I noticed it. I think I started noticing it around the late noughties, like 2007 onwards. Started noticing the community was getting like less and less tight knit and more distance, which is, I don't like it. I know some people are like, I hate people, I want to be on my own, which if they want to be on their own, then that's fine. But I think a lot of people are lacking that support from the community around them because of how like everything's closed off more than what it was, and people are more cliquish, I find like years ago you were when you went into a new place you were more accepted. Like yeah, people are still friendly and they do like talk to you, but I find like 15-20 years ago like people were just come on in pretty much. Well, some people maybe weren't like that and they were more closed off even back then, but I find nowadays it's much more harder to get into to be a part of like a friendship group. It's much more harder to be a part of like a community group. Sometimes I'm just talking on like what I've heard from around me and also like my own experiences too. I find like yeah, it's sad like there's not that much community spirit around us and like support network. Yeah, it's good you can talk to people on the internet and everything, but it's not the same. Like it's not the same as meeting up as a group or meeting up just even for a coffee once a week or meeting up like say for instance day of the week or even once a month going to people's houses and like making a group or something. I'm sorry, I'm playing at this bobble because I do that while I'm talking. Like it's one of them wee and busy bobbles and I just fidget with it. I'm weird, I know, but hey ho. But it's just like what's wrong with like creating like a group and when someone else like introduces themselves to you and just let them come on in and be inclusive to them. I find that people, even though some groups say like, oh, it's important to be inclusive, but you can tell they're not. And I'm not hating on anyone. I'm just not. I'm just saying what I've noticed with my own two eyes, even though they don't really work out properly. But I can tell when a group is genuinely inclusive to someone, to when they're like just saying they are, but they're clearly not by the way they're getting on. And yeah, I find back in like the noughties and 90s, people were a bit more inclusive. Now, I suppose some of them were more like excluding back then too. I don't know, maybe it's like I kind of glamorize that time, I don't know. Like, let me know your opinions and do you find the community spirit and where you came from, did you find it was more tight-knit years ago than what it is now, or is it the opposite? Is it more tight-knit now? If it's more tight-knit now, like where you're from, then I want to move to your country and be part of that community. I don't know, but like, hey ho. But I do feel that we should go back to the way everyone was all inclusive and included everyone and tight-knit and close, and you never really felt awkward around people because you were always constantly around them. Now, I do get your own space is important too. Of course, it's a balance in life. At the end of the day, it's like you have to have time on your own as well. It's a balance. I do get people have different thresholds. Not everyone's an extrovert like me. Some people are more introverted or a mixture of both, or can change in your mood. Like sometimes, even though I am a through and through extrovert, I find that yeah, it was a bit like I have awkward moments like in my teens and like early 20s, but I find that I've just kind of let most of that all go and I'm just myself and take it or leave it. Do you know what I mean? And I get not everyone is like that. Not everyone can just like be comfortable around people 24/7. I do get that. I really do get that. But I feel that my issue is that's not like different personalities. Like, because God created us all to be like that one body of Christ and like the pull together as community. That's what God created for us to pull together as community, pull together and help each other out. And I feel that because everyone's just more concerned about their own, like I'm guilty of it too. Like I'm guilty of a bitch. I can sometimes feel like I'm a bit showy online, even though I try like not to be as much, because I know like if someone's having a crap day and they see my post or whatever, or see someone else's post and it looks like they're having a great time in their life, And I know that can affect them and be like, why is their life so good and mine is so crap? But at the end of the day, and I need to learn this myself too sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I'm like, why is their life so good? I need to really remind myself that social media is a highlight reel, not a reality. I guess some people do post like the down days too, but most people will show you the best versions of themselves online. It's just the way it is. But I feel that my thing is that everyone's so concerned about online and not meeting up in groups and just talking online, which is fine, it's good. I do enjoy social media, like I do enjoy that. I really do. Like I do find social media is a good place to keep in touch, and it was good during COVID and good to share like memories. Like I love to share my pictures of my two Frenchies, my family, like my husband and the two Frenchies going on wee days out. I love to share like memories of like years ago, and I love to, even YouTube's a social media platform, and I love to like do vlogs and all, and I love to show the best parts of my life on social media. I do love to do that. But I love meeting up with people in person that bit more, and talking to people in person that bit more too. Like I just see when I hear like I'm invited to a party, I'm like happy days, literally. Because even for out for coffee, because I just love just getting out to have a natter with people, just a chat, and like yeah, chatting to people online is, we're very lucky to have that, but it's next best thing to being in person, but it's not the same. It really isn't. Like in person, like you feel the atmosphere of them people around you, that you feel the presence of them much more strongly than what you do on the phone. Yes, you can, like when you're texting, you can a bit, but you feel like their atmosphere, like you feel like their true presence, and you feel that you're all vibing together as a group, which is much nicer than just chatting online. Yeah, I like chatting online in between meeting up with friends and everyone, but I just feel that people should make more of an effort to bring that community spirit back, and to bring that closeness, tight-knit, supporting everyone. Because I do blame the lack of community support these days. I know that there is still like a good tight-knit community still about today, but it isn't, well, some parts maybe it is like it was back in the day, but I feel with my own eyes it isn't like it was back in 05, do you know what I mean? Or like 98, do you know what I mean? Even before that, because of people who've been born in like the 60s and 70s and even more than that, they probably have found the community spirit was better even in the 70s then. I don't know if you're from that era where you're born in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and if you noticed anything about the communities, and if they were more like inclusive back then, or exclusive, more tight-knit and everyone helped everyone out back then, or was it like distance, let me know. Like let me know your thoughts on it too. But I think we should, as a community, go back to where it was, where people that just hung out in everyone else's houses, and it wasn't so closed off as what it is now. Like even though we have the funny and ironic thing about the day's society is that even though with the internet and social media we have more access to chat to our people more than what we ever did in our life, like in this world, than like years past, but yet we're so like, we're probably more distant and more like not supportive of each other than ever, do you know what I mean? Like in a very long time. Like even though we're more connected, we're more apart. It's crazy, it really, really is, and it is sad. Like, and I'm not trying to bash anyone in this video, or bash any community, or bash anything. I'm just more stating the fact that I've noticed this, and I just want to talk and ramble about it, and just have a really good, frank conversation about it, because I do feel that it's annoying me, because I'm an extrovert and I love like my dream is to have, I guess, really good big friendship group and community, like a big family, like around me of like friends and family, and like a big group, and we all get on and we all kind of help each other out. And with me, I do have like a good amount of friends and family, but we don't all meet up as in groups as much. And again, everyone has like their own lives and they're busy and all, but people were busy back in the 90s and the 90s and still managed when they all got together as a group. They kind of all were like, right, she's brought that group together, or he brought that group together. Let's make a plan. Let's make a plan of meeting up at least once a month and getting to know each other, even weekly, whatever, when we can. And some people can't make it, and that's fine. But now they're like, they don't make that much effort anymore. And I find with me, I would love, like, I'm grateful to God. I've got my husband, I've got my Frenchy kids, I've got my family, my friends. Like, I would count my immediate family as my husband and my 2 French bulldogs, and obviously my future kids when we have them. But that's my immediate family. I'm grateful. I'm so, so grateful to have them. Like, they're my life. They're literally my life. And I'm grateful to have my extended family. The family I came from, like my in-laws, my friends. I do have a good mix of friends. But what I would love more, like, is like more of a group, like a group of us who meet up. Yeah, not everyone gets along, and that's completely fine. Not everyone likes everyone. Do you know what I mean? Not everyone can gel well with other people. Like, there's people who just don't get on. That's fine, completely fine. Like, if it's better for reasons not to meet up in a group or to avoid each other, then that's fine. As long as there's no drama getting caused in that group because people don't get on. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, what I would just love more than ever, like, I would love to have this big group around me that meets up like once a week, even once a month or twice a month, but once a week, which would be a dream. Like, I want, even when I'm an old lady, like when I'm in my 80s, if I get, like 90s, if I get to live that long, I want my house to be like a community house, like, pretty much. I want like my people around me, like nearly every day. But I want us to all meet up once a week, maybe at Saturday or Sunday, Friday, whatever, meeting up once a week when I'm 90. Like, even, see now, if someone says to me, like a group says to me, like a couple of my friends says to me, Brookelynne, let's make this group and let's meet up once a week, let's do Thursday, I'd be like bouncing happy days, woo! Literally, I actually would, because that's my dream. And I think communities should be like that. They should, because it was like that years ago. And even some parts I've noticed are still like that, which is amazing. And I hope it stays like that, because imagine like everyone just cut off from each other, they're all in their own little tiny groups, and which is fine and dandy if you just prefer a tight knit group and you don't want anyone else in, then if that works for you, it works for you. But remember, there's some people who don't have that group, aren't lucky enough to have that even tiny group, and they're looking for someone, like a group to support them, like a support network. They don't have it. And then there's people, what my problem is, if it gets like that, everyone's like wee tiny like cliques and no one's allowed to get in unless it's you is good enough, then you can come in. But if you're not fitting what their mold of perfect is, not allowed in. I don't agree with that. Like, with me, I'm not perfect. If I'm giving off the impression I'm a perfect girl, I'm not. I'm far from perfect. No one's perfect at the end of the day. But I'm just saying it from my perspective, because that's the perspective I see. Right, so my problem with a wee small group, like cliques, that don't let people in that they don't let people in that I think it's big. Wee groups that don't let people in that leave you is not good enough. I don't like that. Because for all that group may know, that person, they may think, oh, maybe they have other friends, just not go let them into our wee tight-knit group. Like, but that person could be on their own. That person maybe is lucky enough to have one person, maybe two, if that. And maybe they may be not as like extroverted as what I am. They may be like more of an introvert, and they're building themselves up to talk to people, and people are shutting them out. It's not fair. Maybe that person only has not even, maybe they're just completely on their own, and all they're looking for is to join a group that's going to help them make friends and bring the most out of themselves, and like have that support network where they're all building each other up and supporting each other and being there, meeting up in person at least once a week, twice a month, or meeting up regularly. And that person, would just crave that, but they're shyer than what an extrovert would be, and they've just built themselves up. Like, say for instance, they're part of it, like they go to a club that or even like a church, or like a wee community club or whatever, like they go to that, and they just find they're sitting there, and there's more the odd person to say hi to, but then see a group of people they like and just wanna be like, oh, they're like cool people, I wanna join a group and be friends with them, and then people just kind of be like, like they're being like, they think they're being subtle about it, but they're giving off the signals as and back off. Like, I would notice if people are like that, if they're cliques, they tend to kind of bring that, like, the other people towards, like, walk away a bit, or like back to the wall. Let's say Gemma comes along, and let's say I'm like a cliquey person, and I'm with, let me see, Megan and Louisa, right? So I'm talking to these imaginary. It sounds weird, I'm just kind of getting an example of how I feel like people are being cliquey, I can tell. So I'm in this group, like say for instance I'm in like a church group, whatever, right? Megan, hiya, are you okay, love? Yeah, like we're talking away. Oh, did you see Carson Street last night? Did you see what happened to David? And then on comes this girl, what did I say her name was? October. Along comes Gemma, should I say. So Gemma's like, hiya, my name's Gemma, what's your name? And I'm like, Brookelynne. And then Megan's like, yeah, Megan. Louisa. And then someone, if we're cliquey, we're like, right, so Megan, did you see, like, David was nuts last night in Carson Street? And then Megan's like, oh my goodness, he actually blew up. And then there's Gemma's like, so what are you doing today? Nothing, we're just basically going home. Right, Louisa's like, Brookelynne, did you see that Boots have a sale on for makeup? Oh my goodness, do they? What type of makeup? Oh, so I'm like this. Oh, they have benefit makeup. I'm like, wow. And then Gemma's like, oh, I like the makeup too. And I'm like, that's good. And then Gemma's like, Megan, what type of makeup they do? And then Megan's like, Kylie Cosmetics. And then Gemma's like, I haven't tried any of their makeup products. And then, well, they're very good, I'd say, but here. And then Megan's like, but here, like, literally. You see this wee girl done this and this wee girl, like, and then you're kind of like backing away from that person. I'm just kind of doing this wee kind of example, and I will probably butcher it, but I'm just kind of giving you an example of how cliques. They'll be in this group, like this wee small tight knit group. It's like they've got this big circle wall built up and they're not letting anyone in. There's wee Gemmas trying to like talk to them and they're kind of turning their back and not really hear what they're saying. So Gemma's like, Brookelynne. And I'm like, oh yes, Megan, yes, oh my goodness, did you see what she was wearing? Oh, like, you'd think she'd put something decent on. And then the wee Gemma's like, so how was your week? How was your week, Brookelynne? Oh, okay. Yeah, my week was okay. Was yours alright? Oh, good, okay. Literally examples like that. And I don't think, I get people have the conversation, but if someone's like joining, I'd be talking away to them and trying to include them. But I've noticed people who've done that, like in communities I've been part of, people are like that, and it just does my absolute backbone because I try not to be like that. Yeah, there's probably been times I've been like that before in the past, and God forgive me because it's not nice. But yes, you find people like that and put people off. Maybe that person I was saying, that was, there one time in a group of girls, group of guys, a group of people they liked from the outside. Maybe they talked to them once or twice, but they're trying to get to know them. Then the people in that clique are cutting them off, and then that person that say wee Jam was like, do you know what's no point? No one likes me. And then they're sitting here, they're sitting on their own in their house, in their room, mulling it over and over and over in their head. No one likes me, I'm just not going to bother anymore and just be happy with maybe that one friend I see once a month, if I'm lucky. So, no. See, if I'm in a group like that, I will like say, look, oh yes, Gemma, come on in, like, how are you, love? Talk away to them. But, because I just know what it's like to be excluded, because it's happened to me throughout my life. People have just kind of excluded me and just kind of made me feel like I was a bit of the outsider and I was a bit intrusive and trying to be somewhere I don't belong. That's how some people have made me feel throughout my life several times. And I'm not saying it to be a pity party, I'm just saying it to be real. Because it's happened to a lot of people. Like, now I'm not the only person, there's people who've had it way worse too. And I just find it, like, as a Christian, God didn't design people to be like cliquey. He designed people to be supportive of our people and love our people and to be a community and to be there to help other people. Now, I get people are toxic, there's people who are toxic and they're not good for you. Then that's completely different. Like, say for instance, you give someone a chance and they're toxic and they keep on being toxic towards you and they're just trying to like wreck parts of your life. They're jealous, or like jealous about people and they're just trying to, like, they're just toxic people. Then that's different. If you've given them like a chance and people are just toxic, then you have every right to kind of distance yourself. People like that, yeah, that's understandable. But I think because, thank the Lord, not everyone is toxic, but people get put off because they've had, I get it, people have had bad experiences in friendships, bad experiences in groups, and they've kind of been put off letting new people in. I do get that. I do get where you're coming from. But just because one person was like a biatch doesn't mean the next person's going to be like, who like tries to become your friend or like become a new member of your friendship group. That doesn't mean they're going to be like that. Next person who tries to like kind of join in and talk to you and get to know you, that person could be like your new bestie, could be the nicest person you'll ever meet. It could be someone who just needs that bit of extra community support, and because you got put off by that last person, which is understandable, what's not understandable is to just cut another person off and writing our people off. Like, just because someone else treated you bad doesn't mean that other person would. I do get being careful, like, and not being too trusting. There's a line. But you can be friendly, but you can still be building trust. Do you know what I mean? You can be friendly, but still building that area of trust. Because I always believe trust is earned. It should be earned. Now, there's some level of trust. If you feel like you trust them, then that's fine. But like that kind of trust where it's, I trust you with anything. I trust you with my life. That trust is earned. Like, that is earned over a period of time. As you get to know a person, a group, and you get to know them, see their ins and outs, and you just learn to trust them more, and it's built up. That trust is earned. So I do get that. There's still be friendly, get to know someone, but it's more that I get to build up the trust. It's that wee thing you just do. But yeah, I can ramble about this for ages. But yeah, I do feel like just the community spirit needs to be brought back, and like it should be back to the way it was in the early 2000s and 90s. Everyone's like all for each other, and they're all there supporting each other and building each other up, and just having that nice community. I just said it really like, okay. Just having that nice community spirit and community tight-knit support network brought back up to its finest again, and even better. Like, that's just what should happen. It's what I want, and I pray it does happen. So let me know what you thought. Any thoughts? Do you agree with me? Disagree? That's fine. Like, whatever your opinion is, that's fine. It's your own. If you disagree, then that's fine. If you agree, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? But just let me know in the comments if you find this too. If you find that the last 10 years the community spirit to support tight-knit communities have kind of all fell apart a little bit, and everyone's just all recluse themselves, like they became like recluses almost in a way. Let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll see you again for the next one. Stay gorgeous. God bless. Bye.